Thank you, everyone. So, thank you. What if I told you that to be a very successful founder, all you had to do was find balance? As entrepreneurs, we are taught the opposite. We are taught to hustle and work hard, but party hard, but work hard. We are taught that we will sleep when we're dead. Work on weekends, 24-hour days, that's what we're told to be doing. And obviously as well, have high levels of stress because that adrenaline is actually what drives us, what gives us that hunger to be successful entrepreneurs. I have found in my journey that that was something that at the beginning I thought was very true, right? So the word balance was even something that I was very uncomfortable with. So as an entrepreneur, I was that person worrying in the middle of the night about the random meeting that was very critical, but let's not forget that at the beginning of a journey of entrepreneurship, all meetings are critical, and thinking through the night about all the possible scenarios, where I was going to sit in the room when I would get to my meeting. I would be the person writing crazy emails all the way until 4 o'clock in the morning. And I thought that was a good thing. I really had pride in the fact that I was an entrepreneur, that was hustling hard, that was working hard, and that was relentless. But you see, so as a company at Suade, we took a decision to be bootstrapped. We were profitable really early, and that was great. But the thing is that when you're a bootstrap business and you make that conscious decision, my job as a CEO was not to fundraise. My job as a CEO was to sell and to generate revenue for my business and to have a sustainable stream of revenue. And what you realize very quickly is that beyond that persona that I had created, that I leaned into this stress that I really rebelled, that was actually the worst way to sell. Because it turns out that whilst investors actually love that hunger and that hole that worrying creates within you, customers hate that. They do not want to buy from unbalanced people. They do not want to buy from a place of fear. They do not want to buy from someone that does not feel abundant. So for me, it was very important to find that balance really early on, because if not, I would be unable to sell, I would be unable to sustain my business. So that's the first stage for my adventures about balanced. I continued thinking as well about the realities of bootstrapping, right? So bootstrapping actually is something that is about balance of fundraising. When is the right time to fundraise? And I can't give you that answer, you know. We have fundraised since then, but we have done it on great terms, with amazing investors, with super angels that really support us in our journey. And I know everyone always talks about finding those great investors, but the reality is that the longer you bootstrap, the longer you remain mean and lean, the longer you keep that freedom and that authenticity about what you're trying to achieve with your business. And we're going into a recession, so this is a great time for everyone to embrace as much as possible bootstrapping, or at least staying very lean. But the reality as well is that it makes a great product. You fundamentally have to think about fundraising at a time where you have found that balance of market fit. And that balance of market fit, when you look for investors at that point, you're going to have a great choice. And you will be on your own terms. And isn't that part of the reason we became entrepreneurs? For freedom, aside from the fact that we want to change the world. So in this journey, as we progressed, you know, I was thinking as well that I started enjoying it less. Right? You see that the first stage for my life was actually, as an entrepreneur, was actually confusing worrying with preparation. The second stage in this journey is that I realized that I was actually confusing adrenaline rush with enjoyment. So you always talk about these wartime CEOs and that transition being so difficult in peace. It's so difficult that you usually have to change CEOs. That's how tough that is. So I started asking to myself, why am I enjoying this less? This company that gave me so much joy, what is happening to me? So in my research as an entrepreneur, I came upon the concept of ikigai, which is a fantastic Japanese concept around your purpose, your raison d'être. Why are we doing this? Why are we here on Earth? And again, this concept is around balance, around 4 pillars. The first one is you have to do something that is useful for the world. You have to also do something that people want to pay you for. It's useful for the world because they want to give you money. And that goes back a bit to the concept of being a sustainable business. So tick, tick, we had done that at Suade. And then the third pillar is around something that you're good at. And that's a very profound concept because the reason that that is part of the pillars is because when you do something you're good at, the way that developers talk about it, right, is that you find your flow. You're in the zone. So finding something that you're good at naturally will take you to the fourth pillar, which is doing something you love. So when you start thinking about love, that's a very profound concept as well. And I'm very blessed and lucky to have fantastic mentors and advisors around me. But my favorite one is my 4-year-old daughter. And I was talking to her about how much I love her. And she told me she loved me as well, obligingly, as she should. And then I was trying to understand if she understood the enormity of that word. So I asked her, do you understand what it means to love something, to love someone? And she looked at me without hesitation. It means to enjoy them. So that fourth pillar of balance in that entrepreneurial journey that I was on was around understanding that the moment you stop enjoying something, that's when you have to draw the line with your personal life. And that limit can be very different from one person to the other, but you have to continue being an entrepreneur that enjoys that journey and find that peace to make that transition from a wartime CEO to a peacetime CEO. So when you start expanding this concept of balance into the company, it also means equality. It means more diversity. It means people that have different perspectives. That's what makes a balanced business. And that makes my business better. We profoundly support hiring people from different backgrounds, different personalities, different genders, different viewpoints, different opinions, because that makes a better product. And then you start expanding that reality of Suade into the world, and you start thinking about balance into society. And as entrepreneurs, what I have found very exciting is that when you start finding that balance within you, you start wanting it for everyone else. And obviously, I feel very passionate about gender equality in the entrepreneurial world, but in everything as well, and equality and diversity in general. And I'm not going to start about the things that we need to do to make that world happen. We all know the answers are on childcare and different opportunities for everyone. But what I find most interesting as an entrepreneur is that when you're trying to really strive for balance, you start advocating balance into the world. We became entrepreneurs, or anyone in the room that is an entrepreneur, is because we wanted to make a change. And we passionately felt that we had an opportunity to take our vision into reality. So it is our responsibility not only to create sustainable, profitable, and good businesses, but it is also our responsibility to look at our businesses and our life as an opportunity to change the world, to create a society that is deserving of human beings, that allows everyone in the world to be the best they can be, to find their ikigai, to find their passion, to find what they want to do, their purpose in life. And that's the opportunity that we have as entrepreneurs. I feel very lucky and honored every day to have found that balance, to have people in my company that wake up to work on a business and an idea that I had in my living room. I am grateful that I have the best job in the world. I love my job. But I'm particularly grateful for this entrepreneurial journey that showed me that actually through stopping to worry and finding balance, I would find that enjoyment within myself and become a better person ultimately. So I wish all of you to find your purpose, to find your ikigai, and to enjoy every day of your life. Thank you.